This episode of Talk Tull to Me is being simulcast in the future in April of 2119.
Set your solar thrusters to maximum. Ask the artificially intelligent aquaponics system to run subprogram Gamma Gamma Alpha 9, and set the interstellar stasis chambers to confetti cake mode.
Because this was, is, and always will be Talk Tull to Me.
I'm Omen Sade.
And I am Nick McGill.
Together we are Feckless Momes, and together we are charting the undiscovered celestial spaces of the discography of Jethro Tull.
Every single star and every single track. It is an astral exploration for us to decipher the meaning behind every song that we can in chronological and spatial order.
This week, we are talking about Nothing is Easy.
Track 6 off the CD, or track 1 off of side B, off of Stand Up.
Yeah, let's give him a little taste.
This song is... I feel... If I actually went to the gym, this would be a workout song.
Yes, I believe that you would work out to this song, Nick.
There is an energy to this song. There is a push, a drive in this song.
Yeah, there is. You'd really do a lot of step-ups onto the aerobics bar.
I would Pilates the hell out of this song.
No, it's amazing. I have... Okay, a couple of different things about this thing. Yeah, fair. I feel like this sound that they are creating, that the four of them are creating at this moment, is like what this would have sounded like if conditions had been better.
Sure.
Like, if they had all really been on the same page, if they had the experience and the confidence of this album at that point, I think that this is that sound that there was a little bit of in this was. That kind of rollicking, forward driving motion. But in this example, it is so tight, but not held back either.
It is a solid rock and roll song.
It is rock and roll.
I might have to push back. I posit that we wouldn't have Nothing is Easy if we didn't have This Was in its entirety.
Oh, no, certainly. But I do feel like Ian Anderson was reaching back to that sound.
Sure.
Whereas, the last couple of tracks that we've heard off of this album, they're moving forward with a lot of experimentation. Bourée is on there.
Yeah.
Look Into the Sun is like a new sound.
Sure.
This is a little bit of that more of that very early Jethro Tull sound, but now upgraded with everyone on the same page, with Martin Barre just killing it. And it's funny, there are a number of sections where Martin Barre and Ian Anderson are kind of trading back on the flute and the electric guitar.
Yeah. And
it is so natural, and there's so much real complicity. They almost sound like they're one entity, whereas it never sounded like that with Mick Abrams.
Yeah.
They tried to create that experience, but it never really clicked.
He looked back and saw what really worked in This Was.
Yeah.
And omitted that blues sound, really.
That's right. It's not really bluesy.
Yeah.
But it's got that same drive.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, this was those songs that were rock, that were reminiscent of rock. It was always rock with that overlay of blues, a feeling of like, look, we can do blues in the rock style, and we can do rock in the blues style.
Totally. Now they're doing rock in the Jethro Tull style.
Yeah, that was really good. That was a perfect write up there. Yeah, they really embraced it, and it feels like they just kind of let go. There's a level of abandon, and it proves that you can take off the training wheels, and these guys are solid.
Yeah, it's abandoned, but it's not being out of control.
Yeah.
They are all totally, at this point, they've mastered what they are doing with their instruments, with each other. To me, this is the sound which is the result of touring. And specifically this song, I think that the style of playing on this song and the kind of structure of this song was born out of their live performances, because it has so much of that like outdoor stadium festival feel.
It's an opener. It's you walk on stage and you start with this song.
Yeah, absolutely.
Boom, the energy level is through the roof.
Yeah.
And everybody's bouncing and jumping and feeling it. Even if they've never heard this song before, like, you can't help but move to this song.
Well, and I mean, that's an interesting idea of having it be an opener, because what this song also, in this recording of it at least, gives you the opportunity to do is introduce each of the musicians.
Yes.
Within that second part of it, it's funny, there's sort of like part A of this song is the lyrics section, and then like part B, which is maybe 60% of the song.
Yeah. I forgot it was so substantial.
I forgot as well. And yeah, even when we heard that first little drum solo, I was like, oh yeah, there's that drum solo. Oh, wait a minute.
There's so much more.
But then when they start going into that bow, 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 bow.
It's victorious. It's showing off. It's like, we've got this timing down. We're pushing the energy.
Right.
But even though we just went for a minute and a half, 2 minutes of what feels almost off the rails,
right,
we are in tune.
Exactly. We actually have this. Yeah, it's so tight.
Yeah.
And then Clive Bunker has a drum solo. Glenn McCormick has such a sweet bass solo.
Glenn Cornick.
Glenn McCormick.
The Spice guy, right?
Yeah. Glenn Cornick has that sweet, sweet bass solo. Ian Anderson gets his flute in there, and Martin Barre has, I mean, it's like a pizza quattro stagione.
I mean, I was going to say that. I didn't think you'd understand it, though. I'm glad you brought it up.
It's a whole pizza. It is a unit. It is indivisible. Well, it's not, because then you cut it off and eat it. But it is a singular being with 4 distinct sections of flavor.
Sure, but together they are pizza.
Together they are this amazing pizza.
That's the title of the biography that I'm writing for Jethro Tull.
This amazing pizza.
Together they are pizza.
Amazing. Yeah. And I really hear the performance aspect in this. Yeah. I mean, I really, like we've talked before in episodes about Ian Anderson being a showman, maybe without even being able to help it in terms of his performance on stage.
Yeah, unintentionally almost. Yeah.
And pathologically, and I can unmedicatedly a performer. And I think that
terminally.
And I think that and I think that this, I can just imagine him going bonkers on this song.
Oh yeah. Those flute hits, the call and response from across the stage, like, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And this is, I feel, correct me if I'm wrong, but this feels like one of the first really solid instances of Ian holding his own with rock flute.
I think it might be, because of the rest of the album, the songs that we've heard thus far on the album. I mean, a little bit on A New Day Yesterday.
Mm.
A little experimentally, well, not even yet, with Bourée. No, in terms of like rock and roll flute.
Yeah. It feels just accompaniment. All of the other songs where it's been there, it feels accompaniment. It feels like it's leading here in certain spots.
Yes, exactly, and it's. I found the cap of my seltzer water bottle. Yes, and I feel like they have really come into their own in terms of a style with this song. That's like that's so like classically.
You spilled your
eternally
seltzer
Tull.
in the last episode, so they're gonna take a week to have that denouement. There's gonna be no closure for a week.
You know, we're just like George Lucas.
Oh dear Lord. Whew.
There's something else that I'm curious about. I'm curious to get your perspective on this, Nick.
Sure.
Okay. The lyrics of this song are...
I was hoping we'd go there, yeah.
We're going there. The lyrics of this song
we are there.
Are really different from previous Jethro Tull songs in a way. The meter is different. They're much shorter lines in a way that are strung together in a faster way. Mm-hmm. And we can talk about the themes and everything, but my specific question is about kind of the second half of the last stanza. They're basically two verses in this song, if you will, in the second half of the second one. So if you're alone and you're down to the bone, just give us a play. You'll smile in a while and discover that I'll get you happy my way. Is this an instance of Ian Anderson speaking directly to the listener?
And preaching
the gospel of music and himself in a way.
Music and, I think, abstinence from substances.
Really?
I think so. I'll get you happy my way. You don't need drugs. Listen to Jethro Tull. I think that was a Nancy Reagan quote, right? Just say no, listen to Jethro Tull.
Right. When life is feeling dull, don't pop a bunch of pulls.
Listen to Jethro Tull.
Should listen to Jethro Tull.
Yeah. Doesn't really fit on a bumper sticker, but...
Well, cars were bigger back then. I don't know if I buy that this is specifically an abstinence song.
Yeah, no. I know that's a stretch. I 100% acknowledge that's a stretch. But yes, this is direct addressing of the audience, for sure.
Which this kind of is blowing my mind. I don't know if I can think of any other examples thus far in their discography, in their songography, that have that element to it.
I don't think so. I certainly can't think of one off the top of my head.
Yeah.
It's almost self-promotional in a sense.
It's also so generous. It's really literally like describing the human experience and how to mitigate it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's so interesting, because, even the previous song was sort of like, in the fullness of time, I was able to look back and realize that there are some important lessons that I learned from this terrible thing that hurt me all these years ago.
Yeah.
And this is like more kind of zen, like in the moment right now, you can discover if that things are not bad if you relax, even though there are all these difficult things.
Yeah.
Even though nothing is easy. It's like nothing is easy. Enjoy life. Nothing is easy.
Yeah, life is crap, sure. It's crap for everybody. But there are ways to take your mind off of it.
Relax and listen to some dope music.
Listen to some Jethro freaking Tull. I think I didn't put the two together until I made the comment earlier as this being an opener song.
Yeah.
What better way to end your opening song than say, hey, sit down and listen and enjoy yourself, basically.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Oh my, it's the clown in Shakespeare. It's Puck.
In the sense it's the prologue?
It's directly talking to the audience, saying, sit down, shut up, and enjoy yourself. He's addressing the groundlings.
Right. Yeah. It's a little bit of which is funny then, because it's not actually the beginning of the album.
No, right. Yeah. But it works better in my head if they were opening a concert with this song.
Totally. I wonder if they ever did.
I would certainly hope so. But that being said, we just, assuming you finish side 1 and go to side 2, or what is it, A and B?
Ooh.
You come down, you mellow out with Look Into the Sun, you flip it over, and bam, you get that burst of energy with this.
Oh. That's a really good point.
Yeah, it's not so effective to go from like
in the middle
it's
of
not so
CD.
effective listening to the MP3s. Yeah.
Right. And it's so funny because it's like, what I think is so genius about this is that, like, okay, so you've just literally flipped the record over and placed it down, or maybe you're listening for the first time and you start on side B. I mean, that's something you can do if you're a weirdo.
Stop listening right now.
You put the needle on, it starts playing, and it says, yeah, give me a play. Give this record a play.
And especially because at least half of the songs on side A are pretty gosh darn depressing when you think about their content,
They're definitely more mellow than this.
Yeah. It's My Girlfriend Broke Up With Me, or All We Can Do Is Look Into the Sun and Think About the Songs. And this one is, I don't know, at this point, thinking about the structure of that album, this one feels almost tongue-in-cheek, like saying, like, yeah, I sung about some crummy stuff, and sure, we all deal with this garbage.
Right.
But, I mean, you're listening to Jethro Tull right now, so you've got it made.
Right. Take a load off.
Yeah.
Do you feel as though that long instrumental break goes over into jam band land at all?
I don't have a whole lot of experience with jam bands, per se.
That is as it should be.
Right, yeah. I have maybe tertiary experience with jam bands at best. But to me, and I'm speaking strictly from my experience, so I don't have a wide range to cultivate an opinion, but
right.
To me, jam band has less structure. It feels like it's a lot more amorphous and flowy and liquid, whereas, yeah, these guys are like really rocking out and jamming, but it feels like there's a constrained path that they're going on here.
I agree. I think I like what you said about the structured nature of this song. This song structurally is like a Picasso, in the sense that, like,
sure,
on first listen maybe it just is bold colors and shapes, but then when you really look at it, it has internal structure. It's supported in such a way that you can really appreciate and be moved by and taken by those flashes of red, or that sudden blue object that comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, there is technique and there is purpose behind everything.
It's so playful.
Yeah. Yeah, but it doesn't feel pseudo playful. It doesn't feel playful for the sake of trying to feel playful.
No, it feels like these four musicians who have really started to master their form and their instruments and gotten to really know each other are playing with each other in the most real and fun way.
Fun is the key word there, I think.
It's so exciting. I love this song so much. I forgot how much I like this song.
Yeah, likewise. Yeah. Not to say that all of the rest have been dry toast up until this point.
No, not at all.
This one feels the most like they're just having fun. This was a fun song to record.
Yeah. Well, and it is nice to listen to because it's not that the message is any less important than Look Into the Sun or Back to the Family, for instance, but it's so positive.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me feel good to listen to it.
Yeah.
In a really energizing way. It's very energizing. It's inspiring.
It's positive and inspiring, but it's still there's still a level of grounded, like, acceptance of reality there.
Oh yeah, it's not sugar pop.
Yeah. If this song were a cereal, a breakfast cereal. Sugar Pop. Sugar Pop made me think of breakfast cereal. Sugar Smacks.
Oh, right. If this song was a breakfast cereal.
If this song was a breakfast cereal.
Can we say if it was a breakfast?
Okay, sure. Or if breakfast cereal is too hard, you could tell me, like, what kind of... You don't have to give me a brand. You could create your own breakfast cereal. You could create the Nothing is Easy O's or whatever.
All right, if this song was a breakfast cereal...
Yeah.
It would be extremely nutritious.
Okay.
It would probably have ancient grains in it.
Okay.
But, like, not like, oh, we found these nice ancient grains. It's like, these are the grains that allowed civilization to actually live. It's not like wheat. It's like hump grass or whatever it is. I don't know. I don't know that much about ancient grains, but it's like the things that people survived on and were like, you know what? Elder Horatio got eaten by a saber-toothed cat, but at least we have this pudding. Those kind of grains. I may be mixing time periods here a little bit. And then there are just like some like the most zingy like handberry fruits, maybe semi-dried, so that their sugars concentrate even more.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got to have dried fruit in a cereal. You can't have, unless you're adding that by hand. Like,
well, I think in addition to all that, I think that probably this cereal, you pour it or you scoop it, and then like a magical goat busts through the door and milks itself into your bowl, and then like stampedes out and ruins your rug. But it's like it is fresh. It is fresh, unhomogenized.
The imagery you painted that goat picture so well.
Elixir.
It milks itself.
Oh, thank you.
And then busts out your door, ruining your carpet.
Yeah, it does. And then you eat it and you're like, worth it. This is totally worth it.
So what's the flavor profile? Is it just kind of that kind of wheaty, grainy with the addition of the berries, or is there like is there a honey? Is there a spice?
It's fresh. It's fresh and earthy. It's fresh and earthy and zingy. The fat content from the magical goat milk is just like, it's got a high...
Off the charts.
It's got a high what is it? What is the sugar that's in milk?
Lactase?
Lactase. It is lactase-alicious.
That's the slogan. That's on the box.
Yep. This cereal can't be boxed. No, it could be. It could be.
Comes in a pouch. They sell it in pouches.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was a good... That sounds really good. I would eat the hell out of that cereal. That sounds really good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nothing is easy. Nothing is graining is easy. Nothing is grainy. Ancient is grainy.
Nothing is as easy as eating this cereal.
Well, that's the slogan, but what's the cereal called?
Oh, let's go to our source text.
What's the source text? Oh, from the lyrics. Okay. I was like, what is the source text to that madman fever dream that you just went on for 15 minutes?
I think the name of the cereal is Worse Things Happen.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure the marketing department would like that, but...
Or maybe it's Happy My Way.
There you go. I like that a lot.
Oh, great.
I like that a lot. Because it sounds like a really bad translation from, like, some Slavic language.
Yeah. Well, it is Slavic. That's why it's goat milk.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. There we go.
What else do we... I mean, I feel like for as complex as this song is, it's quite straightforward.
It is. When you really stop to think about it, you can really recognize those rails that we mentioned. You can recognize that structure, and it's just guiding you through the song.
Yes, but in a way it's like a good roller coaster in the sense that like it's it is on its tracks, but you can't tell where the tracks are going.
Yeah.
It takes unexpected turns when you're not ready for it, giving you that kind of thrill.
Yeah, I certainly didn't want to imply that being on rails was a bad thing.
No, not at all. But just in terms of I was thinking about the structure, and like, I feel like with for instance, I keep comparing it to Look Into the Sun because we listened to it last week. But with a lot of the previous Jethro Tull songs, you kind of like, once you understand what the structure is, then it's like, okay, yes, then it's this is the structure, it's repeated.
Yeah.
And with this, it's just, you don't know from one moment to the next. The structure keeps developing. It's more complex. It's a more complex structure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it certainly speaks to that, the fact that when we were listening to it, we were surprised by this song.
100%.
We who have listened to this song however many times, when we finally sat down to listen to it, it really surprised us.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's so fresh. That's the thing I keep coming back to. It's got such a freshness to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. It's zesty.
It is zesty AF.
Yeah. It's almost like a refreshing surge.
Oh, no.
I think that's a good place to end. With a refreshing surge. I was going to say Surge Cola, but it's not actually a cola. It's a surge drink. Okay, so that...
Was it supposed to have more caffeine in it?
Oh, I don't know.
What am I thinking of? There's one that was like highly caffeinated. There was another...
Jolt? Are you thinking
Jolt?
Yeah.
Maybe Jolt is the one that was test demoed in our market.
That was a cola. I drank...
That was a cola.
I've only drank those once in my life. I drank 2 of them, and it didn't go well, because I also had a giant pixie stick at the same time.
Oh my god.
It didn't go well. We'll just say it didn't go well.
Oh my.
All the sugar, twice the caffeine is their slogan.
All the sugar, twice the caffeine. That is literally their slogan?
Yep. It's the initial slogan, sorry. For 24 years, and then they changed it to maximum caffeine, more power.
Does it still exist?
Yeah, it does.
Oh,
dear
God.
That's like saying extra arsenic and plenty of cancer.
Yeah.
Like, you're not naming good things.
All the sugar, twice the caffeine.
But this is also not a localized thing. It's in Ireland. It's in Australia and Sweden.
Well, now it is.
Oh, you're saying...
I think it was...
You're saying when it started.
I think I'm saying that.
It was created in 1985. It's as old as we are.
Yeah. Yeah, it took them that long to pass FDA regulations.
Well, yeah, that wraps up Nothing Is Easy. And we are moving on to a very fun song.
Yeah, what are we listening to next week?
Some rock and bongos, and our first instance of mandolin, mainstream mandolin, really in general rock, much less in this album.
And what's it called?
Fat Man.
There's No Reason to Be Mean. What's the song called, Nick?
Corpulent Fellow.
I'm super excited about that song. I love it. In the meantime, do you have any recommendations for our listeners, Nick, as to what they should do while they're waiting for us to talk Tull to them again?
Well, I know it's generally believed that nothing is easy, but there is one thing that is easy, and that's giving us 5 stars.
That is easy.
And leaving a review, a rating, even subscribing, all really easy. I mean, technology has made things a lot easier since 1969.
Yes.
So until we get back in a week, don't forget to let the parakeet out.
I'm Omen Sade.
And I'm Nick McGill. And we are Feckless Momes.
And this has been Talk Tull to Me.
This ends the future simulcast of Talk Tull to Me. Stasis pods opening now.
Talk Tull to Me is a proud member of the Feckless Momes Audio Network.